Hey VC, it's Jonathan, your cheap and cheerful record collector. I hope everybody's doing well out there today. So I got a sort of double video here. First part is going to be some new records I found and picked up recently, and the second part is going to be about a project I'm in the middle of doing. So we'll start there. So first off, I went digging the other day to some local stores in downtown Portland here, and went to one store and I'm digging through and I didn't expect to see this and I hadn't planned on buying it, but it was sealed, it was brand new, and it was not expensive, so I couldn't resist. And it's the new Rolling Stones album. They had a sealed copy for $20. So I just said, I've been sort of toying with the idea of getting it, and for 20 bucks, I couldn't say no. It's a standard black vinyl. Nothing special there. Hackney Diamonds. And I've listened to it twice now. I think it's really good. I was really surprised how good it was. I know everybody seems to say how good it was, and I was sort of hesitant, but no, I'm digging it. I thought it's quite good. Gonna give it a couple more spins, but yeah, for 20 bucks, had to come home with me. Rolling Stones, Hackney Diamonds. While I was there also, so this record, which I had when it first came out way back in the day, and gone in sales of record collections I've done in the past, so I was glad to re-pick it up and add it to my collection. And it's the great Dr. John, and this is his album City Lights, from 1978, and this happens to be a promo copy, not white label, but it's a promo copy not for sale. And there's the back, the great Doctor. Big Dr. John fan. Dance the Night Away with You, Side Street, Wild Honey, Rain, Snake Eyes, Fire of Love, He's a Hero, and City Lights. Produced by Tommy La Puma and Hugh McCracken. I think it's great. I remember listening to this way back in the 70s when it came out, so I'm real happy to add that to my collection of Dr. John albums. Next up is a guy whose brother was much more famous than he was, but he is a much better musician than his brother. His brother was Pete Seager, and it is Mike Seager. This is his album, Music from True Vine, on Mercury Records from 1972. I always, whenever I see any solo Mike Seager stuff, or even the stuff when he was in the New Law City Ramblers, I always grab whenever I see it. Again, I haven't cleaned these, so I haven't listened to them yet on the regular Mercury label. He did some recordings for Folkways also, but later on, I guess he went to Mercury in the 70s. But just great guitar. I mean, he can play anything with a string. It is amazing. So, looking forward to digging into this. As far as I can tell, it's mostly solo work by him. No one else on there. Guitar and vocal, yeah. Mike Seager, 1972. Next one, if you watch my channel, you know I'm into that, what they call newgrass, sort of new bluegrass. And one of the big exponents of that is Peter Rowan. And this album is not by him, but it's by his two brothers, and it's called the Rowan Brothers. This is also 1972. I remember when this first came out and had it back then, so glad to get it back into my collection. Very sweet, hippie, folky singing, nice, really nice harmonies. On the album, besides them, David Grisman did the recording of it. Jerry Garcia's on here playing pedal steel guitar. Really cheap. Picked this up really inexpensively, so I'm really happy. Another one to add to my collection. Speaking of newgrass, this is the last one I picked up recently, and I couldn't turn this down. The guy I didn't know until not that long ago. I sort of discovered him because I saw one of his records at Goodwill and grabbed it. And the guy's name is Mark O'Connor, and this is his album, Markology. And this is also from, this is a little later, 1978, on Rounder. And the real reason I picked this up, besides Mark is a great musician, is the people that are with him on this album. Let me put this away or I lose it. There we go. On this album with him is David Grisman, Tony Rice, Sam Bush. That was enough for me to pick it up. Again, needs a nice cleaning, so I'm going to clean it up before I spin it. But yeah, Mark O'Connor, Markology. So those are the only ones I picked up recently. You really haven't gotten a lot, but that's what I picked up recently. I say this every year, and this year I hopefully will have a little more fortitude and stick-to-itiveness. I really want to explore my collection more than buy new records. Though I will be buying new records because, or used records, because I can't stop. I'm like the rest of you guys. I'm an addict. But what I decided to do is go through my collection one by one. And I started with the jazz, and I decided I'm going to pick every artist, and I'll pick one record by that artist and listen to it and try to discover things I didn't remember I had. And so last week I started on jazz with A, then I went to pop and rock with A, then I went to blues. Today I'm going to be hitting folk and country. I'm not going to be doing videos on these, but if you follow me on Facebook, I show them there. Or if you follow me on Instagram, and on Instagram I'm at cheap_cheerful_LP_collector. So if you go there, you can get my channel and you can see all the records I'm showing. So to give an instance, I started last week under A, and the first record in my collection under A, I only have one album by this gentleman, and it's John Abercrombie. And this is his album, Gateway, with Dave Holland and Jack DeJohnette. Again, a record I bought a while ago, probably listened to it once or twice. So it's good to drag it out and give it a listen. So that was the first one. Next under A, the next one in my alphabetically would be Ahmad Abdul Malik, Sounds of Africa. Another one, like I said, I picked it up, played it maybe once or twice. That's about it. New Jazz label. And this is better than I remembered. Really good. Really enjoyed this record a lot. Ahmad Abdul Malik, Sounds of Africa. Next up was on the A's with Adderley, Cannibal Adderley. I have like 8 Cannibal Adderley albums, and going through them I decided, let me just play this one, which I haven't heard for a while, and it's the Canon Adderley Quintet in San Francisco, with obviously Julian Cannibal Adderley on alto sax, his brother Nat Adly on cornet, Bobby Timmons on piano, Sam Jones on bass, Louis Hayes on drums. Recorded October 18th and 20th, 1959. This is an OJC on Riverside. Sounds just great, and it's a wonderful, big Cannibal Adderley fan, so wonderful record. The other one, I have 9 of them. I listen to them pretty on a regular basis. This one I just hadn't pulled out for a while, so I was really glad to give it a spin, and that's the whole point. Discover stuff I have that I forgot I had. Next under N was his brother, under A was his brother, Nat Adly, or Nat Adly. This is his album, That's Nat, with Nat Adly on cornet, Jerome Richardson on tenor and flute, Kenny Clark on drums, Hank Jones on piano, and Wendell Marshall on bass. This is an original from 1959 on Savoy. And I want to thank D. Beatty, whoever that is, for writing the name on the label there. But there you go, the Savoy Records. And that's all I got to the first day. Next day, I decided to go to rock and pop, starting with A. First one in A is the Almond Brothers. And I, listened to Brothers and Sisters and the Live at the Fillmore all the time. But the first one I really didn't listen to that much. So I pulled this out and gave this a spin. So great. And I'm only spinning one side of each record, because otherwise it's going to take me forever. I got 3,500 albums here, and I want to sort of go through them. So I'm picking one record, and I'm playing one side. If I get really excited, I'll play the whole album, but this is just great. The Almond Brothers. Next up would be under A's, would be Dave Alvin, and I have 2 or 3 of his, but this one I hadn't listened to in a while, and this I rediscovered. This, I just love this record. This is so good. On Epic, Jubilee Train, Romeo's Escape, Every Night Around This Time, so good. From the Blasters, Dave Alvin. Next up was The Animals. Got lots of Animals albums. This one I really like. This is a UK pressing of 5 Animals Don't Stop No Show. And it's in mono. This was great. Shake, Don't Bring Me Down, Inside Looking Out. Side 1, Radio Sessions, 1966. Side 2, tracks 1 and 3, March 66. Track 4 and 6, recorded live in Paris. And track 7, October 65. So, I'm sorry, this is not a UK pressing. My mistake. But anyway, great album. Love the Animals. Love Eric Burdon. After the Animals, we go from A, we go to B. And B is Badfinger. Got a couple of their records, but this is the one I decided to give a spin. Again, hadn't listened to it for quite a while. Lovely, lovely record. Really nice. Staying with the B's, and then next one I had up, I only have one of his, and that's Ginger Baker's Air Force with Stevie Winwood and gang. Stevie Winwood, Denny Lane, who just passed away, Chris Wood, Rick Gretsch. So this is a really great album. 2-record set. I'm sure you all know this one. And then finally with B, I decided to spin the band. I have like a bunch of band albums. Love the band. But again, this is one I don't usually grab when I want to listen to the band. But I'm really glad I did. And that's Rock of Ages. 2-record set. Nice trifold gate there. And just a wonderful record. Live recordings by the band. Recorded at the Academy of Music in New York City. New Year's Eve, 71-72. Wonderful stuff. So that's all I'm doing. And like I said, today I'm going to go into my folk and country group, and I'll go through that. I start with A's, maybe 4 or 5 records out of that. After that, it's soul and R&B. Then I have the vocalist, which is my Frank Sinatra, Ella Fitzgerald, that kind of stuff. And then when I finish that, I'll go right back to the jazz, and I'll go where I stopped off, and I'll go to B's, go through them, pop and rock, all through the collection. Hopefully I can keep this up most of the year, and I can sort of dig into and enjoy the records I have. Again, I'm not stopping to buying. I know, everybody says, oh, I'm going to buy this year. That's all BS. Everybody buys. So I will be buying more records, but this is a way to sort of to dig into your collection and see what you got. Okay? Hope everybody liked watching it. If you did, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button, bell, and hit the bell, and I'll let you know when I have new videos up. I appreciate all the new video viewers I've gotten, new subscribers, and tonight's the 5th night of Hanukkah, and in 2 weeks from today is Christmas, so everybody's getting all set for the season. Hope everybody is enjoying the season, not getting too stressed out by everything, and having time to just sit back and enjoy. Okay? Until next time, peace.